I'm Marianna RACZYSKA and my colleague Łukasz KUZAK are pleased to present the results of our research under the title The Use of Spatial Data to Identify Land Reserves for Minimizing the Negative Effect of COVID-19 Pandemic. On the example of selected districts of Warsaw, we conducted research in a group of 3 with Professor Alina MACIEJEWSKA. We all represent the Faculty of Geodesy and Cartography at Warsaw University of Technology. The research results presented here are part of a research project carried out by our faculty. The project was entitled Innovative Spatial Solutions to Minimize the Negative Impacts of the COVID-19 Pandemic under Conditions of Limited Social Mobility. Project objective was to develop land use planning solutions to combat the effects of the prevailing pandemic by making immediate and optimal use of available space, but also to guard against the occurrence of another crisis in the future, natural disaster, migration, or new wave of disease. The aim of our study was to prevent the effects of pandemics and other emergencies, and also develop the model of the management of land reserves in emergencies, support the decision-making process for selecting the location of investments related to reducing the negative effects of pandemics and other emergencies, and creation of recommendations and guidelines for municipalities. 2 districts of the capital city of Warsaw were selected for the study. One typically urbanized, inner district Mokotów, the other with a background of large undeveloped spaces for building development, it's a fringe district, Białęka.
In the procedure for identifying field reserves, the Polish topography dataset was used as a basis to create the database of field reserves, and the following areas were selected from the database. It were woodlands, shrubby and grassy vegetation, unused land, undeveloped land, industrial or sport complex. On the basis of the criteria adopted and the database obtained, a procedure was implemented to select areas that could serve as a potential location for points of interest, such as field hospitals, single-site hospitals, or temporary housing. And for this purpose, the following selection was formulated with criteria such maximal area, public ownership, designation in local development plans, historical land contamination, distance to residential buildings, or transport accessibility. And this resulted in 14 areas in Białęka district and 9 areas in Mokotów district. And it's worth noticing that in both cases, a similar number of areas meeting the criteria were distinguished. And here are 2 examples of such areas: the undeveloped area in Białęka district and parking and storage area in Mokotów. And as a conclusion, a decision-making model was built based on multi-criteria analysis, and in result, it's expected that effective management can be used, can be implemented by that model, and facing modern societies and the crisis occurring, the rational management of space with focus on land reserves and social decisions have significant impact on achievement of sustainable development goals and consequently improvement of living conditions today. Thank you for your attention, and we hope to meet you at Think Congress in September in Warsaw.